Welcome back to Aviation India. Today we're diving into a list that every pilot should know about. The 6 planes that every mechanic hates when they arrive at the shop. Just like Range Rovers in the car world, these aircraft might look impressive, perform well, or even have a loyal fan base, but when it's time for repairs, they turn into nightmares. High costs, rare parts, complicated systems, and endless troubleshooting. These are the birds that make mechanics groan. Let's jump in. Piper Aerostar. The Aerostar is fast, sleek, and thrilling to fly. But on the maintenance side, it's a disaster. Its tightly packed twin engines make even basic inspections a headache. Mechanics often complain about accessibility, since reaching key components requires hours of disassembly. The Aerostar's high-performance design pushes its engines and systems to the limit, so maintenance is frequent and demanding. Owners often underestimate just how much shop time this plane needs. As one mechanic once put it, if you love flying an Aerostar, you'd better love paying the maintenance bill. And let's not forget fuel consumption. At high cruise, it burns more than 40 gallons per hour, meaning efficiency is sacrificed for performance. Many Aerostars have suffered from owners trying to cut corners on maintenance, which only makes problems worse. It's a plane that rewards precision and punishes neglect. For a shop, this aircraft almost guarantees long invoices and long days. Beechcraft Duke B60. Pilots admire the Duke for its speed and pressurized comfort, but mechanics see something else entirely. Endless hours of complex work. Its geared, turbocharged engines are notoriously expensive to overhaul, and their reliability leaves much to be desired. The Duke is packed with systems that were advanced for its era, but that also means more points of failure today. Pressurization leaks, electrical gremlins, and hard-to-source parts all combine to make it one of the most dreaded planes to maintain. For many shops, seeing a Duke arrive means clearing out the schedule, because it's going to take time. On top of that, the cooling systems are notoriously inadequate, often causing cylinder and valve issues. The Duke demands a very disciplined pilot who knows how to handle power settings. Otherwise, mechanics are left cleaning up the damage. Insurance costs and hangar fees are high, making this plane as expensive to keep on the ground as it is to fly. Simply put, it's the diva of piston twins. Cessna 421 Golden Eagle. On paper, the 421 is a dream, roomy, fast, and pressurized. But ask any mechanic, and they'll tell you it's a love-hate relationship. Its geared Continental engines are fragile if mishandled and notoriously costly when they fail. Access panels are limited, making even simple tasks like changing spark plugs more complicated than they should be. Add in the aging fleet and scarcity of parts, and every inspection becomes an exercise in patience. For owners, the comfort is real, but so is the pain in the hangar. Shops often complain that once you start working on a 421, you'll always find just one more thing that needs attention. Corrosion in the pressurization system is common. Avionics are often outdated, and engine overhauls can reach 6 figures. For many mechanics, it's less of a job and more of a marathon. Piper Navajo Chieftain. The Navajo Chieftain has long been a workhorse for small operators, but maintenance shops know it's no easy customer. Corrosion issues are common in older airframes, especially those that worked hard in humid or coastal environments. Its engines are powerful but temperamental, often requiring careful monitoring to avoid premature overhauls. Wiring and avionics in older models are another nightmare. Mechanics often find themselves tracing endless tangles of aging wires just to solve minor issues. This is one airplane that keeps technicians busy for days. Another challenge is weight and balance. With many Navajos heavily modified for charter use, maintaining them often means dealing with non-standard installations. Cabin pressurization is another frequent headache, as seals wear out faster than expected. And because these planes were often flown hard, fatigue inspections are critical, meaning more hours under the skin of the aircraft. Mooney M20K 231. Mooney aircraft are famous for speed and efficiency, but the turbocharged M20K 231 is infamous among mechanics. The turbo system is complex and heat management is critical. When pilots mishandle power settings, mechanics are left fixing expensive damage. Access to components is another issue. The Mooney's tight cowling means that even small jobs require hours of work, combined with a tendency for overboost and cracked cylinders. And it's no surprise that many shops dread seeing a 231 on the schedule. For the pilot, it's a rocket. For the mechanic, it's pure frustration. Some shops have even refused to work on poorly maintained 231s because once problems appear, they snowball. Part supply isn't terrible, but the cost of turbos and related components makes repairs a painful process. Mechanics say that unless the pilot is disciplined, this Mooney is a guaranteed repeat visitor to the hangar. Beechcraft Starship. The futuristic Starship looks like something out of a science fiction movie, and flying one is a rare privilege. But maintaining one, that's where the dream collapses. With only a handful ever built, spare parts are scarce and specialized knowledge is almost extinct. Its composite construction was groundbreaking, but makes repairs difficult and expensive. Avionics are outdated and often custom-made, meaning replacements require extensive modifications. Simply put, the Starship is more of a museum piece than a shop regular, but when it does arrive, mechanics brace themselves for a challenge like no other. Even Beechcraft abandoned support for the type years ago, meaning every repair is essentially a custom project. Shops must often fabricate parts or adapt components from other aircraft. And because so few technicians have real experience with the Starship, every inspection feels like uncharted territory. For a mechanic, this is the ultimate high-maintenance airplane. Adding to the frustration, the Starship's unique pusher turboprop configuration complicates engine work compared to conventional layouts. Documentation can be incomplete, forcing mechanics to rely on old manuals or pilot forums for solutions. In the end, what looks futuristic in the sky usually feels prehistoric in the hangar. So, there you have it, the 6 planes that every mechanic hates when they arrive at the shop. They might be fast, luxurious, or even iconic, but behind the hangar doors, they're nightmares of complexity, scarcity, and endless labor. If you enjoyed this list, make sure to hit the like button because it really supports the channel. And don't forget to subscribe to Aviation India with notifications on, so you never miss our next deep dive into the fascinating and sometimes frustrating world of aviation. Until next time, keep flying smart, and maybe keep your mechanic in mind before choosing your next aircraft.